Hello there, my name's Harry Howells. I thought I'd tell you about my little car, my Vauxhall Corsa, that I bought for next to nothing, that is subjectively the best car in the world. Now, before I got this car, I, like many others, turned my nose up at the thought of owning one. Corsas, after all, don't really have the best of reputations, because you either buy one at 17 and fit a massive exhaust to the back of it, or you're a grandma that does 20 miles an hour in a 50. There really should be no in between, but yet here I am at 25, proudly stating that this car right here might be the best small car ever. This is my Vauxhall Corsa SRI VX Line Ecoflex, and I really do quite like it. Here's why. So when I first got this car, my girlfriend and I took a trip to the Lake District. And for those of you that know what the Lake District is like, well, you'll know that the roads up there are pretty good. Sure, this car was never going to keep up with the Golf Bar from Birmingham, going around corners at breakneck speeds, but what it did make you feel like was that this car wanted to be there. Sure, it's not a VXR with a little bit more under the bonnet, but what it is fun to drive. And I remember that once I got back from the Lake District and had reflected on those roads and the way that this car had handled, was that I'd made a good choice in car.
Prior to owning this car, I had a 2012 BMW 1 Series 118D that was littered with problems from the moment I got it, namely the mileage, which is very north of 80,000 miles. We'll have to learn the hard way. But going from a BMW to a Vauxhall Corsa should be like going from riches to rags, but it was entirely the other way around.
And to put this car into direct comparison with my previous car, the BMW, in terms of convenience, all that car had was a stupid speed limiter thing, which I obviously never used, and air conditioning, which just about worked. Oh, and a sport mode that didn't work because the DPF was constantly clogged. Anyway, I digress.
I bought this Corsa for £3,000 with about 21,000 miles on it back in October of 2024. Yes, an 8-year-old car had 21,000 miles on the clock. After all, it is a Cat S, having suffered a structural accident a number of years ago and was off the road for some time. But fast forward some 15,000 or so miles, and here we are today, and I have fallen more in love with this car day by day.
So if you think the mileage in this car is impressive, well, wait until you hear just about the extensive list of features that this car has. So we're just approaching a set of lights here, and this is a great opportunity for me to tell you about all these things, because I can sit here and not be distracted by what's going on around the world and just wait for a train to come. So to kick things off, this car has cruise control and a limiter. Thummy bits for your music, etc., so I can control all the music here without having to look down at the screen. Automatic windscreen wipers. These are pretty cool. I mean, I can turn them on myself, but having the car know when it's raining and then being like, oh, it's raining, I'll put them on for you, is quite a nice little thing to have. Bit gimmicky. Oh, there's a train. And it also has a heated front windscreen, which in the winter is pretty much a godsend. It's pretty impressive thus far for a Corsa, wouldn't you agree? But that's not all. We also have heated front seats, and I'm sat on mine currently, and it's lovely. It's 4 degrees outside. It also has city driving mode, so when you're cruising around a city and you need to go around a tight corner and you don't want to lug the steering wheel around, you can just do that. I'm controlling this with my pinky finger. It has a heated front steering wheel as well, so not only is my bum very warm, but also on my hands, and that is just absolutely lovely on a day like today when it's just a little bit cold. It's got air conditioning as well, of course, and the big thing, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. How amazing is that? You've got this small car with this much kit. It's just about everything I need in the cockpit. I mean, I don't really need anything else. I mean, I could ask for a reversing camera, but then that would just be like pointless me being here, you know? There's nothing else for me to do. I need to reverse. I need to be able to engage with the car somehow. It is staggering just how much convenience you do get in this cockpit. Vauxhall have outdone themselves with this model.
It has a striking red interior and a sporty red trim on the steering wheel and seats, further alluding to the feeling that this car is a bit of fun to drive.
And now then, we'll move towards the outside of the car, and because this is the VX line, it's a little bit more sportier looking than the other trims. Not quite VXR, it's VX Line. It's got that slight little bit of body kit to it as well, including side skirts, front and rear bumper aero thingies, and even a spoiler in there for good measure. And I also forgot to mention that it has front and rear parking sensors. But it has less than 100 horsepower under the bonnet, and you'll be doing 0 to 60 in about 12 seconds, so it's not terribly quick. It's pretty rare too, this car. I've looked on Auto Trader trying to find one that is exactly the same, like it's got the same kit inside, looks the same, and I just cannot for the life of me find one. So it leads me to question, is this a limited edition? Maybe. Is it loved that much by everyone that owns one that they just don't want to get rid of it? Probably. So I won't objectively claim it's the best car ever, because it isn't. It is, however, a car that puts to shame a lot of cars that think there's something special. You know, the badge-heavy hatchbacks that shout all about driving engagement and dynamic engagement and so much corporate buzzwords, but you just feel like you're driving a fridge with a Wi-Fi connection. This little Corsa though, it just gets on with it. No fuss, no trying to be something it's not. It's the kind of car that doesn't need to prove anything to anyone, and that's what makes it brilliant. It is understated and underrated. It's small, light, honest, and cheap to run. The insurance is low, it sips fuel like a nun drinks gin, 35 quid a year on road tax, and it starts every single morning without complaint. And yet it's not dull. You can chuck it into a bend, you can feel the tyres talk back to you. It's quite nice, and it honestly does, most of the time, put a smile on my face whenever I try and have a little bit of fun with it. I think somewhere along the line, manufacturers forgot that fun doesn't have to cost 50 grand. You don't need a massive exhaust on the back that sounds like a thunderstorm having a heart attack, or 400 horsepower kicking out to have fun. So it's not trying to be a lifestyle accessory, it's not trying to impress anyone. It's just a simple, well-spec'd, surprisingly capable little thing. I can sit quite happily at 70 miles an hour on the motorway in it, but I can also put my foot down and hear its little 1.4 engine going, yay! And maybe that's why I love this car, because in a world that's overcomplicated, overdesigned, overpriced, this humble Corsa feels refreshingly real. Yes, it is packed out with all the driver conveniences that you need for a modern day car, but it feels like just the right amount. I'm still in contact with this car whilst I'm driving it. It's tactile, it's fun to drive, and that's why I love it. So look, I know it's not the best car in the world. That's a very subjective term, but what it is the best car in the world for me right now. I think that's the bit that we forget in the spirit of trying to chase the fastest 0 to 60 times with cars, or the most convenience inside, and do they drive themselves, and you know, does it have a massive giant iPad in the middle of the screen? We forget that cars ultimately are about connection. In many ways, this Corsa is a bit of a middle finger to the entry-level German cars it sits next to in terms of what's inside. Sure, you probably do get a bit of a nicer interior when it comes to German cars, but what will cost you a couple of grand in my Corsa will cost you tens of thousands for exactly the same kit in a newer German car. It's just a shame that most people, like I once was, are a bit of a Corsa snob. But I would have to say, after a year of owning one of these cars, it really does have a lot of heart. I do quite like it. So, if you're considering buying a Corsa, but you find yourself, like I was, in the twilight zone of debating, should I buy this car? I'm not 17 anymore and I'm a couple decades off being an old lady or man, then do it. Because they are great cars, and once you get over any sort of stigmas or preconceptions around owning one of these, you really do come to realise they're fantastic little cars, and why didn't I own one sooner? Thank you very much for watching. I'm Harry Howells, and if you'd like to stick around and see what else I can get up to in this car or whatever other car I choose to drive, then please feel free to subscribe. Cheers.